everybody, Mike Fifer with Fifer Hobby Supply. Today I'm going to do the ACT3 update number 50. I can't believe I made it to 50. But anyways, we are doing 50. So it's going to be, I know I say this every time, but it's going to be a very short video because I don't have much to show you. So let's take a look. I'd like to start out this video by telling you guys we had a real good time at the convention and saw a lot of great people, a lot of great customers, manufacturers that we always see. It was great to see a lot of the people that I haven't seen yet, the customers that I haven't seen. Great to talk to guys, have guys, you know, people recognize me and come up to me and introduce themselves. And that's really why Robin and I go, because it's really a blast to meet some of these guys. If we don't go to the convention, we don't normally get to meet too many of our customers unless they happen to be coming through New Mexico and stop here. Anyway, to get on, the convention was real nice. They say we had about 550 people signed up for the convention. I don't know how much public they had coming in out there. I imagine quite a few. It seemed like it was relatively busy on late Friday and Saturday. They had a lot of nice clinics take place. The contest was really nice, the model contest. I would urge any of you people to go to the N-Scale convention because you're there with a whole bunch of like-minded people. And that's what makes it nice over the NMRA. The NMRA is a much bigger convention, costs more money and stuff, but you don't have that family feel and camaraderie of N-Scalers that you do at the N-Scale convention. So next year it's in Nashville, Tennessee, and I would urge you all to try and make it there if you can. Robin and I are planning on going, and we hope to see you there. So, with all that being said, and thanks to everybody that met us there, let's see what I got going on over here. Okay, everybody, here's a shot of how the ice dock turned out, the ice dock area. As you can see, I got everything in there and got a bunch of lighting done. Just so you can see the lighting a little better, let me turn off the light in here, possibly see if the camera adjusts. Okay, there you can see the lighting on the dock and in the building. We'll take a little closer look. I'll try and get the camera a little closer. We'll take a little closer look at what I have going on here. Okay, this siding here is the siding that the refrigerator cars will be coming down. The track you see with the railroad crossing on it there is the track that will be the railroad crossing that'll go back to the road back there against the hill. You can see that I cut a hole in the asphalt there for the switch machine throw to protrude through. Put some patches in there, put some cracking in there. Added a couple of vehicles. You can see that I have the near track ballasted. If we keep panning here, you can see the weathering on the ice dock, and you can see the ice blocks that were 3D printed by John Tanzillo. I thank him again for those ice blocks. They really look nice. You can see the little sliding ramps that would go out to the car. They can slide the blocks down into the cars. As I mentioned, you can see that I have narrowed the building and decreased the depth of the building. I think we covered that on the last video. I narrowed it by about 2.5 to 3 inches. And then front to back I narrowed it about a 1/2 inch. Obviously joined the two docks together. It was quite a challenge to get all the lighting in there, underneath there, and then get it from the dock back into the building, and then the two lights that are on the building into a plug and then down below. And I'll try and show you that in a minute if it's of any interest. But just panning back and forth, you can get an idea of the area that it covers. I also added this water tank in there. Behind, you'll see there's a light pole behind the dock back there for the side of the building back there, and the water tank. We have an uncoupler down there, and I just took the scenery down to that certain point there. Now let me see if I can zoom in on a couple of these things and let you look at it a little closer. Okay, now that we're zoomed in a little bit, you can see the people a little better. You can't see it from this vantage point, but right back behind there's another light pole that services the stairway coming out of the building there down to the office building. And as I pan around here, you can see that the ice house door is open, and there's a guy in there just getting ready to pull a block out onto the chain that drags the blocks down to a point where the guy removes them from the chain, and then we'll be placing them in the cars. So now let me try and get over the building and show you behind there what I did. Okay, I'm going to try and hold this as still as I can here. Trying to hold it on the track. You can see that I added this stairway and a doorway going up there, and you can see that I have a light under that overhang for the doorway. You can see how the track goes around the back of the building. In this view here, you can see the street light and the office building that goes to the dock, and of course coming down off the end of the dock. Let me see if I can back this up and give you a shot down this. Okay, here's a shot down the dock. I like the way it looks in there. It looks kind of goofy with no scenery behind it right now, but once I get something put in back there, I think it's going to look really good. Something to cover up that pink foam, which looks pretty ugly right now. But I do like the dock, and let me do a drone view. And that's pretty much what I've been doing. Let me show you how I got the wires into the building. Okay, right up under there, you can see the twisted wires from all of the small LEDs going through the wall right there. And there is a light inside the building. Let me see if I can scoot over. There's a light there right in the center. And here is, let me see, let me move a little bit. It's kind of hard to keep still, but there's a guy bringing an ice block out. He's brought several out already. They're going to have to move some inside the building, but there is a light inside the building as well. Let me see if I can back out here. And there you have it. Okay, and for perspective, here's a string of reefers, 5 reefers, at the ice dock. And I think that proportionally it looks really good there. Another thing that I had to do is I had the building sitting up on HO cork, which brought it up to track level, and that was too high relative to the dock. Okay, the dock was too high compared to the cars, so I had to take the HO cork out and put in N scale cork, which dropped it down about 1/8 of an inch, and I think it makes it look proportional to the tops of the cars. So that was another thing that I wound up having to do. So anyway, let me show you what else is going on here, or what else I've been up to. Okay, the other thing I've been doing here, which you can't really get any perspective of, is I put super glue around the edges of some of these push buttons, and then I put some plaster in there to fill in, and then I went over and sanded the whole thing. I haven't painted any of these to see what they'll look like, but I can only imagine that they'll look better than the gaping gap there around that particular one. I haven't done, I've done a few of them, but not all of them. I have done that one, and then if I come down here, you can see that I've done several of these along here. And the reason I'm so slow on this is it makes one hell of a mess, sanding all that stuff. A lot of dust in here, and then you spend your life cleaning up. But I've got 3 or 4 more to do down here. And if I swing back around, slowly we turn. Back here I've got several. I don't know how many's down there. A bunch. They're very time consuming. So I don't know when I'll get to that. It's a job I don't like, so it'll probably take me forever. I did break out, and I have 3 of them. I did break out one of the Woodland Scenic trailers, and you'll notice its size comparison to those trailers back in the back there. They're really small compared to those other trailers. They're more like camp trailers than actual mobile homes. So I may get rid of 1 or 2 of those back there and then go with the Woodland Scenics ones. I'm not real sure. But we've talked about that before. So, that being said, let me swing underneath here and show you where I hooked up those wires and what my theory is here for hooking up lighting in these industries along here. Okay, somewhere in the past, I think I've showed this. This is my disc player with my background music with my birds chirping that you always hear in the videos. I have put in a power strip here so I can plug in additional power supplies for any kind of accessories. It's kind of cramped down here, and it's also kind of dark. But you can see down there on those next stringers, I have a hub to the left there, and then I have I have an expander, and then I have a light hub down there that's completely full. That one is feeding the mine up on the top. And then if I come back down here, I've come out of that expansion hub down this way, and I've put another hub here. I have 2 more slots in the expansion hub down there, so I can certainly spread out hubs, light hubs, along the route here as needed. So, but anyways, the wires come from the ice dock right there, over here, and plug into this hub here. You can see that I consolidate a lot of wires up there because I only have 2 wires coming down here, and those 2 wires that are thin that plug into that plug that's got the wire all wadded up in a knot there, that works the 2 street lights. All the other lighting on the dock has all been consolidated into 1 plug, and it's on a gray fat wire that's all wadded up right there. It's all wadded up, and then it goes over here and goes up there. But nevertheless, that's how I have it all wired up. Some of you will probably ask, what's this thing? That's my DCC Specialties protection unit. I can't think of what the name of the stupid thing is. But anyways, that's my protection unit. Keeps me from burning up locomotives. My DCC goes into it, and DCC goes out of it. And then those wires, the red and black wires that you see there, and the yellow and green wires go to my red and green LEDs on the fascia that you've seen in the past, to let me know whether I have a short or not. I don't know. We don't really need to look at anything else down here. I guess way down there, just below and to the right of that light hub, you'll see 2 of the detectors, the BD, whatever they are. Boy, I'm bad at this. But they're NCE's, I can't think of what the name of them is. But anyway, they're the detectors. And I put them on all of my track feeders just in case I decide to do signaling. By the way, the signal gentleman was not at the convention this year. Hoping to catch him next year or something. I do have his information, and we do have all the parts to be able to do a signal system on here. I just need to get all that information to him for him to design it. Aside from that, gang, that's really about it. I hope. You know, while I was doing this video, I thought of one other thing, and I don't want to go into a long explanation of this or anything, but Vinny and a couple other guys have talked about this and had it suggested, and I've never tried it before, but I gotta tell you, I'm impressed. I took a flat washer and I put it on the track and rubbed it over my rails, and it's surprising how well it takes off material, you know, any kind of paint and stuff and dust and so forth. And it does leave a slight steel residue apparently in all the minute scratches, and it does a really good job of cleaning up track. So anyway, without a big long explanation, I would give this a shot. It works well for me right here. Try it and see what you think and let me know. Okay, gang, that's about it. The ice dock was very time-consuming build. But I think it turned out good, and we'll see how it blends in with everything once I get the road in and get some more buildings going and all of that. And with that said, I hope you enjoyed it, and what do I always say? Thanks for watching.